What is going on, guys? NativeMates93 here with another video, and welcome to the new little setup here. So I keep trying to change it up, move stuff around to keep you guys interested, so I can bring you guys different settings when it comes to reviewing all these products and all these softwares, guys. But today's an exciting one because about a month ago on Kickstarter or one of those websites, I saw this wireless mouse called the PadPoint, which is a mouse that was created with the iPad Pro in mind. So obviously, had to pick one up, had to try it out, and it finally came to me in the mail. So we're gonna unbox it, set it up, do some first impressions, and kind of go from there, guys. So let's get started with this video. So this is the PadPoint mouse. If you guys can see, it's in this tiny little box, and for comparison's sake, this is the iPad Pro and this is the box that the PadPoint comes in. It's a tiny little mouse and it looks interesting, so I definitely wanted to pick it up. And when you open it, when you open it, you're greeted with this little hardcover shell with the SwiftPoint logo right on top, a little zipper all around the side. It kind of looks like the old school Beats by Dre like headphone cases that used to come with it. And then some, manual instructions. So we'll put that to the side and just open this guy up. So when you open it up, you are greeted with two things. So that's the mouse itself, and then the little dongle, a USB dongle to actually charge the mouse, because the way it charges is a little bit different than any other mouse that I've seen. So this is the mouse itself, guys. Look at this little thing. This is the mouse. So this is the mouse that comes inside of the actual case. It's tiny, tiny, tiny. For comparison's sake, this is my Logitech MX Anywhere S2, and this is the other mouse, guys. So this is what we're dealing with here. It's tiny, tiny, tiny. This mouse was created with the iPad Pro in mind and the new cursor support that comes alongside with it. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna bring you guys a little bit closer, kind of give you the ins and outs of this guy, show you how it charges, and then show you how it actually works on the iPad Pro, and see if it's actually worth that $120 price point for this little mouse, guys. I know it's a little bit pricey, but again, it's cool. Gotta commend people for trying new things. And again, iPad Pro just released mouse support or cursor support about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. So I'm sure we're gonna see the market of mice for the iPad Pro start to explode, guys. But let's get into it here. So this is what the little guy actually looks like, guys. Very, very small. As you can see, there's two little slots here for where your fingers would go. I wouldn't even call this like a whole hand that can fit on here. Very, very small. It's kind of sitting right here, and as a point and click mouse, it works, guys. It works fine. You can click with the top one, right? Go into Twitter, go back home. You can even program the second button right here to be your right click, or you can program it to take you back home like you would any other mouse with hotkeys. There's a couple main selling points for this one, right? The first one obviously has to be the size. So first off, this thing is super unique. It's tiny, portable, ergonomic, all those words that I keep talking about, and I've never really seen anything like this, at least not at this size, right? And then the other thing has to be the fact that there's an integrated app that goes along with it. When you guys get this device, I highly recommend you guys download this app. It basically lets you turn on or adjust the different track speeds, the scroll speeds, and then change the scroll direction with the scroll wheel, as you guys can see, which I always do. I always go against the natural one because I guess what I do isn't natural, right? But it works really, really well. If you go into Safari and use it as a normal scroll wheel, the wheel, it does scroll. It's very tactile. Every time you move it, there's like different notches that you feel click, which is nice, but it's also silent, so you don't hear it going on super loudly, right? So that's one of the main things that I did want to touch on. But another thing that's really cool is the tilt feature of this mouse. So I'm gonna move this over here so you guys can see it, but if you tilt the mouse just a little bit over to its right part, you can use it to scroll, guys. So I'm going between screens by just scrolling with the mouse. So I'm going between these screens just by tilting the mouse to the right and then slowly moving it over and just kind of flicking it, which is really, really cool. And what I've seen the best feature is, so within LumaFusion, you guys obviously know that with timelines, you have to scroll horizontally, right? So usually I use the trackpad for this, but with this, if you still tilt it to the right, you can now navigate through here on a timeline, which is kind of crazy. I've never seen an integration like that where if you tilt the mouse over, there's more functionality, right? So if I get out of here and go back to Safari, you want to scroll through Safari. Now if I move up and down like this, nothing's happening, right? But if I tilt, I can now scroll, and I'm just scrolling through it as if the table that I'm using is the screen of the iPad. So it's kind of cool. It kind of combines like a touch a trackpad and a mouse together by doing that. But those are the two really key selling points, right? It's the portability and then those cool unique features that come with it. And then the last thing I want to show you guys is how to actually charge it. So like I mentioned, in the box you get the mouse and then this little USB-A dongle. And the way you charge this thing really is kind of cool. All you do is you plop it on, you see there's a little groove right here, if you guys can see. This magnetically attaches, and then you plug this into any USB outlet, and boom, you're good to go. It says for 60 seconds, a 60-second charge will get you 1 hour of use if you're in a pickle, and then a full charge, which takes about an hour, will give you the full 2 weeks charge. And if you don't want to lose this guy and don't want to carry all this around, the mouse still works with this magnetically attached. You can even tilt it, and they designed it that way so when you do tilt it, the USB piece doesn't get in the way. But that overall is the mouse. Like I said, it's a nice little addition. It's a supplemental pointing device to the trackpad, which I do anyway with my MX Anywhere. It's just kind of nice that now I have this cool little unique mouse that nobody's pretty much ever seen. And obviously it was made for the iPad, but it still works with any Windows devices, any macOS devices, Android devices. So anything that has a capability to use a mouse can use this pad point mouse, guys. So that's pretty much gonna do it for this video, guys. All in all, I like the concept of it. I like how it works. That little tilt feature to horizontally scroll and then vertically scroll also, I think is a really cool touch, and it's very subtle, and it only takes you about a day or two to really get used to it. Full disclosure, I've been playing with this guy for about 48 hours, so when I first pulled it out of this box and started playing with it like immediately, I was like, whoa, I don't really know about this. 120 bucks for a mouse. That looks like a toy. But then as you started using it, and then I actually edited my last video using this mouse, it kind of just makes sense in how it works. Like ergonomically, it all makes sense, the way you kind of move around with it. So I definitely recommend at least looking into it. If you guys are in the market for a mouse and you have an iPad Pro, this could be a good option for you, especially if you have the Magic Keyboard already with the trackpad. This is a great secondary like point and click device. And again, it's super portable. So highly recommend at least checking it out, guys. I'm gonna leave all the links in the description down below for you guys to go check it out. But that's gonna do it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely comment below what you guys think of this little scene. Do my best impressions of Unbox Therapy here to give you guys a cool little, a different angle on everything. So thank you so much for watching again. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, peace.